ass, fat bitch, which bad bitch, Joan Jack.
Ugh, you are a snob and a half.
Like a boss, like a hot boss.
Welcome back to another episode of Fierce Chats. My name is Sasha, and if you're not already subscribed, I keep saying, you hate me. So anyways, before we get into the mess today, how was your weekend? How is your week going? How are things going? Honestly, I'm terribly hungry currently. I'm starving to death, but I've got to make sure that you get your topics. I've got to. So yeah, there's that, but I'm hungry. Let me see. By the time this episode comes out, my birthday would have already passed. So I do hope my husband took me somewhere to get a really, really, really nice meal. Because all I want to do is eat. And I can't do nothing else. Take a shot for your girl. Have a little rosé for your girl. Because you know we would be sipping right now, baby. You know we would be sipping right now. However, all I am sipping on is H2O and any other juice products that Kroger, Publix, and Costco have to offer. Lucky me. Woo, 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 woo. Now let's get into the mess. All right, y'all. I really just got one topic today because I just feel like this is something that we could really deep dive into. Today, we're going to be talking about DJ Mustard and his girlfriend, Brittany Stroud. Now, recently, DJ Mustard filed for divorce from his wife, Chanel, back in May 2022. They share 3 kids together. The reason stated on their divorce was that there was irreconcilable differences. And these two were together since they were 19. And both are currently in their 30s. Now, they were together since they were 19, and then they got married within the last 2 years or something like that, I think. So DJ Mustard also filed for sole custody of his 11-year-old. Now, mind you, I just said he has 3 kids, and he filed for sole custody for one child, the oldest child. Anyway, his reason was that, his son wasn't doing well in school and things like that. And the school that his ex-wife or soon-to-be ex-wife was placing his son into, they had already discussed. He said he didn't like it. So I'm guessing he is trying to file for full custody for it in that case. It's also giving, I don't want to pay child support. And so he's like, let me go ahead and get one of these kids. As you can imagine, his ex-wife didn't take this too well, honey. And I'm going to just go ahead and pop up a few tweets because actually, I'm sorry, not tweets, threads. What y'all call threads? If you get on threads and you make a post, what do we call that? Because I'm not on there. So let me know what the culture is. So anyways, I'm just going to put a couple of her threads here where she let this nigga know, don't play with me. I'm not one of them. Do not play with me. And I was just kind of like, oh, wow. This is very interesting. So anyway, he also posted to his Instagram, girl, it's been a year and a half. Get over it. I'm just like, the inconsideration for feelings is beyond me. So anyways, DJ Mustard and his girlfriend, Brittany Stroud, were expecting a baby. They have had their baby girl now at this point. So I'm doing the math real quick, right? So if you have a baby, your baby take pretty much 10 months. So you saying it's been a year. Okay, a year and a half. So you mean you known this girl for this long? Y'all had a baby? I guess. I guess if you file for divorce and you move on, it is what it is, I guess. But they have not finalized their divorce yet. So he's had a baby in between this. And he's telling his ex-wife, get over it, girl. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. Which is, I just find it inconsiderate. But anyways, what I really wanted to discuss was the girls was like, why are women standing in line for a toxic man?
Boy, bye.
For a man when he has already shown himself to be toxic and, based off of him being in a previous relationship. What do we think about that? Personally, I don't think that you can sit here and hold, the girls was doubling down. They were saying girls are waiting in line for the next man. I'm going to put this tweet up here, or this post, and I believe this was a comment from the Shade Room. Girls are literally waiting in line for a toxic man, knowing that he's already shown himself to be what he's shown himself to be. I just think that you don't really know what's going on in a relationship to know what you're necessarily deeming toxic. However, his ex-wife did comment and say, like, I don't think she said too much, to be honest with you. But she has said, like, don't play me when it comes to my kids. I don't care, move on. You're not going to be able to replace me. Well, by the way, the ex-wife and the girlfriend, they look pretty similar to me. They look like they could be sisters, cousins. So, you know what? My personal opinion of it all is, again, I don't think that you can sit here and say the way a man treated said woman, unless we're talking about DV or something like that, or SA, something like that. And does it have to be that extreme? Let me know in the comments below. But I just feel like you can't say, you don't know what happened. You don't know what was going on in the relationship for this man to be deemed toxic. So, babe, I really wanted to get your opinion here, because the girlies are constantly saying, like, we want a man's opinion, we want a man's opinion, we want a man's opinion. What do you think?
Cool. So I think you started off right? When you say, hey, I first defining what toxic is. What makes him toxic, right?
Like, what makes him, right.
What makes him toxic? Because she could be toxic, too. And at the end of the day, the way I look at it is having a line sounds crazy. Have potentials is definitely a thing, right? I'm pretty sure women have potentials. Even they may be toxic, right?
Ooh.
But they have potentials in that those DMs. You know what I mean? And multiple DMs. Thing is, that man just had potentials, and he acted on the potential that was in line. And the thing is, it happens. It's an unsaid fact, right? That if anyone was to get out of a relationship.
Wait, what do you mean? That man had potentials. That
means that he had somebody. You always have somebody looking. That's one thing. You always have somebody like, you know what? I'm just waiting for her to go ahead and leave, or I'm waiting for him to leave, right? It goes on both sides. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity. When the opportunity coming knocking at the door, like, I always wanted you. I saw you. I've been seeing you because, you're in a public eye. What's up?
Okay.
The thing is, it's not pursuing a toxic man and waiting in line. The thing is, it's an opportunity. The opportunity presents itself. And I think that happens. It don't matter what gender you're talking about, is that, you have people that's watching you right now on your amazing show. And you're their potential. You know what? They're like, hey, you know what? If D messes up, I'm gonna be at that door.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna be at that door. And the thing is, I don't even blame them. Right? But same thing, but on the role reverse on my end, same thing.
Okay.
And it's happened before. It's happened where I've heard conversations where say, I was just waiting for you to get a relationship. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy. But to me, it's not crazy anymore. Because you got people looking at you. You're attractive. You're a beautiful woman. And the thing is, you have those potentials, those guys that's waiting at your door. Your door just closed right now. It's not cracked. Your door is closed. My door is closed. And we just don't see it. His door was closed. And now when he got a divorce, or he was filed for a divorce, he opened up a crack in a little bit, and he peeked through and saw the line. That's okay. I think it's normal.
So you think it's normal to have somebody who is just... So would this go to what the girls were saying about women are waiting in line for a toxic person?
I wouldn't say toxic. I'd say you wait in line for what you want. You wait in line to get food. You wait in line to get where to go get say makeup. You wait in line to get what you want.
Ooh.
That's the thing.
Ooh.
And sometimes at the end of the day, you gonna wait. If you really want it, the ones, so you got the ones that may be commenting are the ones that said, man, I got out of that line, man. It was too long. You would have waited too, probably. Thing is, he just ain't choose you. They just ain't ring you up. Now you just ain't wait long enough. You may find that person have found that person attractive. You just ain't in line no more. And that's okay. Now you're on the outside looking inside the Apple store, right? Let's say Apple store, and you looking at that line like, man, y'all crazy as hell. Why y'all waiting in line like that when you already got your phone fixed? You got everything. You probably waited in line before for somebody. For somebody.
Ooh, baby. Never heard of it.
Now waiting in line because it's too many. You got too many good men out here. He got too many good men, and I'm not saying he's a good man. I don't know him, right? But you got too many, say one percenters, 10%ers that take care of their family. And at the end of the day, I ain't never seen no bum with a line. I ain't never seen a man that was a deadbeat with the line. I mean, he doing something right.
I mean, I really couldn't say that I had seen DJ Mustard in the said blogs for being some sort of dog to his wife. I do believe I saw him complimenting her and, telling her how great of a mother she was and things like that. Of course, with things like this, you're seeing, shit switch. You're seeing people talk about people in a different way. Like, I basically spared you, nigga. Like, and now you're trying me because you're sitting over here trying to take my son in addition to trying to replace me. And that shit is working however this. What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
I think she hurt as hell, bro. You hurt.
Hurt?
I don't know her. I don't know what she's going through, but if
she said she moved on.
Bro, why you talking about her? Why you talking about him?
She said because he filed for custody of her son.
If you moved on, bro, it don't matter if the person said your ex said something about him. Truly, they don't exist to me in my head. I ain't talking about, hey, you know what? Oh yeah, you did stop playing. I'm not on social media going back and forth about what somebody my ex done did. To me, if I moved on, like, bro, you know what? I see what you're doing. I wouldn't even acknowledge it. I'd be like, damn, that's crazy. But I'm moving forward. You're not worth my words, my time, my text, my posts. You ain't worth it. You're not worth it. So, to me, it sounds hurt.
I mean, can you imagine spending your time with somebody since you were 19 years old and he files for divorce and less than said months later he's having a baby with somebody?
Hey, that's. I think that's part of life, right? People, you grow up and you may grow apart, but it's not spoken about, right? It's the thing is you would get together since you were 19, right? And the thing is, you either grow together or you grow apart. You could grow together for a period of time, and then you start kind of branching off because we're growing every single day. And now, do you feel like it's a time investment? Like it's time wasted? I don't think it's time wasted. I don't think any divorce or separation is time wasted.
I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking in regards to, we've been married for a little over a year now. So I or maybe longer than that. Girl, anyway. But we've been married. And I just think that people are taking marriage as like a joke. If I sit here, they only were married for a couple of years, but yet they have been together since they were younger. And as soon as that commitment comes into place, now all of a sudden it seems like you're like, oh, I'm done. Like, I took my vows very seriously. Sweetie, you're going to have to put me in the grave. To be honest with you, one of us going to have to get in the grave because what I'm not going to do is that. So how the hell are you filing for divorce? How?
Yeah, I think what hasn't been spoken about and talked about is how hard marriage is, right? I feel like you see a lot of people getting married because everyone wants that fairy tale, right? That happy ending. But marriage doesn't end after you get married. Like after you have the entire ceremony, I think that's what's not spoken is like marriage is hard work. And a lot of people, when you know what? I can speak about our marriage, right?
Okay.
Things change when you get married. This is my perspective, right?
What has changed since you got married?
You changed a lot.
How did I change?
So
how did I change?
I'm going to say you changed in ways where it's like, when you're my girlfriend, 5 day, probably meals 5 days out the week.
Oh my
with
God.
A drink.
Here we go.
And now you know what you doing. You doing your thing. You still cook. Hey audience, she's still cooking. She's still doing what needs to be done. But the thing is, things change just a little bit. Your focus changed. Now you're focusing on your business. At first, you was focused on our relationship. And you was focused on getting this ring. You got that ring. Now it's like, hey, what's next?
Is that what you think?
No, that's not. You know what? That is what I think.
Okay.
But the thing is, you've changed.
Okay.
And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, right? the thing is you've changed, and I had to pay attention to see that you've changed. And sometimes, some things people don't like. They like, you know what? I ain't really even signed up for this. I ain't signed up for this. Hey, coach, I'm done. I'm throwing in a towel. But it's like, hey, was it acknowledged that a marriage is hard work, takes dedication, takes a lot of patience, and it actually takes for you, bro, to be one with yourself, be happy with yourself, right? Like, I think, who said it? I think Will Smith, like, bro, you know what? Your partner adds to your happiness, not creates your happiness.
Right.
I literally believe in that. Like, it's not your responsibility to make sure I'm happy. It's my responsibility to make sure I'm happy in this marriage. And if I'm not happy in this marriage, I need to leave. But first I need to acknowledge and try to work on it, right? Probably seek help.
Seek help. That's definitely something you need to do.
But you put in work before, that's the end result. But some people get in relationships and marriages and they should have never got into them, right? But they wasn't listening to, the people that's in their corner. They probably was like, and can you speak on that? Like, you have people that may have jumped the broom a little too early when they should have sat here just because they want to feel loved, cared for, and they want to have that masculine energy around them or that feminine energy around them 24/7. And they feel like right now it may be because I'm getting a little older. I want to have a family.
Yeah, no, I think you made some good points. I think that in regards to it, focus on relationship, like, I don't know what everybody else goes through, but in regards to relationships, at the time that we were dating, I was also in a different space in my life. Like you said, like, I was also in a different space in my life. Maybe I had more time to dedicate to doing those specific little things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now at this point, we're creating an empire, we're creating a legacy. And so that requires... Right. It requires for certain things to kind of I don't want to say fall by the wayside, but it definitely requires modification in regards to it. If I'm sitting over here, I'm your girlfriend, sweetie, I'm worried about me. All I have to do is worried about me. I live in my own space. Honey, come over, have some dinner. Come over, have some dinner. Come over and have some dinner. I said to you that I didn't even make myself nothing.
Yeah.
I really didn't make myself nothing because I don't give a damn about myself in that way. And I don't know how that sounds, but I didn't give a damn about myself. I would have something, but never get it twisted. I always take care of me. So, honey, we be having, like a sushi burrito, ordering a sushi burrito maybe, or order some crab legs, cool. But as far as making a full-fledged dinner, no, probably not. Now I got a man. So I want to make sure, you know what? All of a sudden, I don't need to be having no Uber. Because if I have Uber Eats, sweetie, I'm not spending $85 just every night for us to have Uber Eats together. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to, you're like, sweetie, if that's what you're going to do, I can get myself my own meal type of thing. So I can understand those things have changed. And I can understand, also those are the things where men have to also discuss what changes you are seeing versus taking these internal notes and not communicating what it is that you need so that we can get back on track. We can also be partners together and see well, maybe you're spending your time in the studio and maybe we can have, we can delegate that and get you an editor, which I do have. But, things like that so that you can allocate more time to me in that way. But I think that men are so internal that, honey, by the time you get to what you need to do, I'm filing for divorce.
So would you rather have a man that's internal in regard to his emotion or external?
I think there's a balance, but it's not that I don't want you to be external about your feelings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I actually don't think so, but I do think there's a balance. And I also think that's the same for me. Would you rather have me be internal or external?
I just don't want you to nag. That's the only thing.
What's your definition of nag, sweet cheeks?
Nagging is you got to say, hey, if you feel an emotion right now, this second, it needs to be communicating. And then you feel another emotion in 10 minutes and you need to communicate that too. And it's not in a positive way. And it's constant badgering. To me, that's a little nagging. Some things, everything is not meant to be said, right? You don't have to speak it out loud. And I think that when it comes to internalizing, I feel like certain men do, instead of being nag or being, bitchy.
Ooh,
and this is men. This is for men, right? Is that they just hold it. They were like, you know what? It's not necessary to speak about this right now because it's not impacting me in a huge way. And I may not like it. I may not disagree with it right now. But when it becomes a problem, that's when I'm gonna vocalize it. So I need to pick and choose what I'm saying and how I'm communicating because I gotta kind of take in consideration how I'm coming off. Right? I don't want to sit here if I'm expressing every emotion that I'm feeling all the time. To me, that's not what a man does.
What does a man do?
What a man do is he understands, he controls his emotions, right? That thing is that you're aware. I feel like a man is definitely aware of, hey, you know what, I got angry. Hey, I'm sad. Hey, this made me a little nervous. Or this is not, I feel scared right now. Understanding it and, not acting like, all right, what I'm gonna do. No. You still look controlled in a sense and you can communicate how certain things may make you feel without getting angry, upset if you're not being heard. One thing that I've learned, and my therapist has told me, is that the people that you have, a lot of people that's in prison and whatnot, they're emotional. The emotions got the best of them, right? Mm-hmm. Some have been in bad situations, but a lot is because they let their emotions get the best of them because they couldn't control it, right? Emotional people. You have to, as a man, you leading a family. You can't sit here if a man is on the street and I'm with my family, he say something, you old B type dude, like who you think you? To me, I'm like, bro, I want to get mad. If I was by myself, I may get mad. I may do something, right? Yeah. But the thing when I'm with my family, I can't just sit here and act out right now. I can't act out because it's bigger than me. I got to control this because now I'm a protector and I'm a provider, so it's a little different.
Okay, so you said that Will Smith said that in relationships, your partner adds to your happiness, but that has to exist within you.
Yeah.
So what does a man mean by I want my woman to be my peace? Are happiness and peace maybe interchangeable, or are those two different things?
I think it's. Let me see. That's a good question. I think it's interchangeable. I think if I say I want my woman to be my peace, but I don't say that, right? I don't think that's a thing.
Cap, you do.
All right, so I said I want peace.
Semantics.
So how I think it's interchangeable. It's not that you're providing me happiness. It's just you ain't nagging, bro. You ain't tripping all the time. I want you to be chill. Just relax. It's not adding problems to my plate. If you're gonna say bring something to my plate, bring a solution. To me, that's bringing peace. That's being peaceful. You being my peace when you say, hey, babe, look, I got this going on. And instead of saying, hey, my car messed up, this and that. But to me, an added piece is like, but you know what? I already took up there and got a diagnostics because you taught me to go get my car checked if anything's wrong. So you provided a problem. You presented a problem and you provided a solution. You being my peace right now because I don't got to go figure it out.
Okay, so respectfully, then what are you here for?
Hold on, wait. Say that again. Like, can you elaborate?
You're saying that if I bring a problem to you, like there's something wrong with my car, take my car to go get a diagnostic, take my car, get the diagnostic, all those different things.
What you should be, you would never do. You would never do. I just use that as a high. You would never do it. You would never touch a car. All right, so let's not use that at all. That's a bad example.
I'm just not authorized. Like,
how about this?
I know my lane.
That's real.
I'm not authorized. And I'm not saying women cannot do that. I just know my lane. If I go up there, now let's take us as an example.
Yeah.
Okay, babe. If I go and take my car up to get a diagnostic.
That's a bad example. Let's take that away. Let's do something else.
If I take my car, but let me say this. If I take my car to go get a diagnostic and they give me a piece of paper, if I come to you, you're going to be like, what's wrong with it? I'm going to be like, I don't know. I don't know. So, they said this. And you're like, okay, so this had to do with that? I don't know.
Let's use something else as an example. All right, so the car diagnostic was a bad one. So let's see what you do.
Let's touching that car, baby.
So let's see what you. All right, cool. How about this? I'm not going to say. Let's use something's wrong with the sink.
Okay.
Say something wrong with the sink.
Okay.
So being my peace to me is like, hey, not crying, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to go fix this, you need to hurry up, you need to do it by this time. To me, that's presenting more problem and it's putting more stress on me, right?
Okay.
It's not something that's like, okay, look, we're going to figure it out together. Thank you for presenting, but let's, hey, options. Hey babe, this is probably working. I would like, and it's a way you communicate as well.
Okay.
I would like for this to be fixed. We could have an event. We could have like some people come to the house and, the sink is not working. Instead of you saying you're kind of, beating me down verbally, right? It's like, hey, we're going to work. It's going to be okay. It's going to be tapping into that feminine energy that you have.
Okay.
And where it's like kind of little motherly, but also, very caring.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like you're not causing me to be angry. You're not causing me to be stressed out. You're literally presenting a problem, but you're providing peace at the same time. Like, you know what? We'll be all right. We'll be good. And that's what I think for me, that's what I want to hear. Hey, you can give me all the problems, but don't sit here like, man, you need to hurry up and do it. Man, you better hurry up and do it. You should have been did this. You should have been done this. You need to do it at this time. To me, that's stressful. I don't need that type of energy in my life.
Okay, so women can express being a man's piece by, this comes down to communication, and it comes down to how you present yourself in regards to different things. Like, okay, let's bring it down even further, because the sink, this is very husband and wife of us.
Yeah.
But okay, a woman hits your phone.
Cool.
We dating.
Cool.
A woman hits your phone. Not being your piece would be, who the fuck is that? And what the fuck is this? Is there still a way to come and address that in a way that is peaceful?
Absolutely.
While still getting across to you that this is unacceptable for me.
Absolutely. Again, the communication, right? The thing is, when women hit your phone and you don't understand, you don't know the context. If you come and you present like, hey, what
if she sent you a booty picture?
Send me a booty picture.
A picture of a booty.
And you seen it?
And I seen the booty cheeks.
Oh, you go through my phone and you see it, or it just come up on?
Remember back in the day, Apple has made a lot of different updates. I feel like Apple used to have a little square, a little thumbnail.
Yeah.
Okay, of a picture, right, where it showed you, and you may still have that. I just always have my notifications to where it just gives the name, so it's not going to give a preview of anything. So maybe that, you know what I mean? Cool. So it gives a preview, and I see on the preview it was booty cheeks.
Okay, and so how do you communicate that and still be my piece?
Yes.
That's the question?
Yes.
I think, at that time, you can't be peaceful in every situation, right?
Okay.
You got to get understanding, because if I seen a man figure or body part come up on your thumb, I'm like, bro, what? Who this for? You feel me? Who is this for? Like, what you got going on? The first thing is, you want to get an understanding, right?
Right.
And I want to get an understanding. Hey, why this happening, right? But not jump to conclusions. To me, it's like you work towards that piece if you really want that person to resolve the issue. The resolution part is a part of that piece.
Okay.
All right. So, but to get to that, maybe look a little different, right? It does not require peace in the conversation. It just requires clear communication, meaning that you need to get an understanding on why this is happening, what you got going on. Don't jump to conclusion like, man, I knew you've been messing around. I know you've been doing X, Y, and Z. No. Get an understanding and hear the person out. And they may be lying. They can lie. They for sure can lie. But you say, you know what? But that's when you have your boundaries in place.
Okay.
Where you're sitting there like, nah, bro, you're not about to play with me like that. You're not about to do. And to me, that goes back to your own personal piece. And that kind of is your resolution mode, right? To me, that's a very tough topic. Because you can go your personal piece, or you can go, here's another pipeline where you go our piece. If you still want to stay with that person, that means you got to resolve that in a very cool, calm, collective way. That's not going to introduce additional problems, and you pull back things from a year ago, 2 years ago, a few months ago, be like, bro, I know you've been messing around. And now that pipeline to get to that end result, which is peace, you probably would never get there.
So some disclaimers, some tones and positionings. But we live in Atlanta. You know what I mean? And it's bitches a day. It's niggas everywhere. It's bitches and niggas everywhere. And I'm constantly hearing also that there's just not that much quality from men. Men are saying that there's not that much quality of women out here in Atlanta. And I know we continue to kind of discuss this, but I think it's always a nice topic to refresh on what the status of that really means as we continue to go through this place of life. Men are saying the quality is not there. I'm also hearing that men are having more in-depth maybe conversations with women that they are pursuing, but they're saying like, she talk bad, she got mouth, this, and that. And I'm hearing this particularly, like I said before, about my black women. I mean, I guess I would only be here. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Oh. What is this positioning? Honestly,
is this something new? This is not something that's.
It's not something new.
I think it's been going on for centuries. But it's okay. It's okay. I love my beautiful black women. I love you.
Oh, love you too.
Okay, so all right, quality of women in Atlanta.
Maybe, okay, I'm hearing that from men, right? But I'm also hearing, like I said, we've discussed it before about women who are not able to locate a man who is willing to take it to that next step. Is this due to men just simply not seeing that, them seeing that women are being part of the problem and maybe not the solution, like coming down to this peace thing? Because I feel like I actually had somebody reach out and say that, you know, she's been out in the dating world, she's been talking to different men, and men are continuously saying, I want peace. Does this mean shut the hell up? Maybe that's my question.
I would say that means that it's not shut the hell up, right? It means, again, don't add problems. Just don't continuously add problems. Don't be calling my phone yelling. Don't be sending me long paragraphs saying how you got offended. Just, hey, look, chill. You know, ask questions. If you don't understand, say you don't understand. That's cool. But at the same time, don't present additional problems that may be unnecessary. And I feel like you do have your boss, and I'm not going to put a race on it. You have your boss as women, right? Your boss ass women that's established. They have their own homes. Mm-hmm. They got their own cars. Mm-hmm. Man, they make their own money.
For sure.
And the thing is, it's nothing like, you can't tell a boss ass woman nothing. She's not coachable because she coached herself.
Why do you mean she's not coachable?
Certain ones are not coachable, meaning that you don't lead the race. You would not take a back seat to a man that know how to lead as well.
Ooh.
And that's the thing. It's a battle. Why am I battling to be the head of the household? To me, that's not right. That's not even
battling
cool.
To be the head of household.
Babe, I love you to death. I'm not gonna battle to be the head of this household.
I feel like when we met, I was on my boss ass woman shit.
For sure. Until you met me. We're both separately, of course, being boss ass people.
Right.
And now we're boss ass family. You feel me? Like but you were willing at times when I was wrong, you took that back seat. It's interchangeable in a sense, but usually it's like certain boss women like, bro, who the fuck are you talking to? Like, who are you talking to, little man? And that's the thing, like, you cannot, and it's nothing like a man's pride and ego, where you cannot sit here and you can't say and do certain things like, bro, you know what? Get out my house. That's a big one. You done bought the house, and now you probably done moved the man in, or you probably not even just moved the man in. Y'all probably live together, but it's your home because he didn't have a house. He had an apartment. Or it could be vice versa. A man saying like, man, get out my house. You may feel some type of way. You may feel some type of way. And that's not cool. You know what I mean? Boss, it's tough. It's not that you have piss poor women or poor selection. I also think it's the mindset. The mindset now, and I have my homegirls and whatnot. I think the mindset is so much like women thinking like players, like men, like really like men, that I'm like, huh? They're like, oh, you think we finna have a baby? I'm not having a baby. Man, you gonna take care of that baby. Like, I'm gonna make the money. You gonna be a stay-at-home dad. Those are things you're like, bro, that ain't what I'm trying to do. I ain't trying. No, you're going to do that. So to me, like things like that, I'm like, dang, the dynamics done changed a lot.
But I also think we were talking about this the other day. Like when we were talking about how we're going to the club. And I haven't been to the club in quite some time, but I'm watching people who I know still be in the mix. And
I was out last night.
you really need to get yourself together. You need to get yourself together. Be out in the mix, and I'm not seeing men post videos of I'm getting this twerk. I'm seeing men in a whole group together taking shots and spinning the bottle on top of the head. To me, it's giving bad bitch mentality. Excuse my French. And I can't find another word to say. But like, it's giving a group of bad bitches. And so why wouldn't women be like, bruh, hey, you seem like you can't even lead. Like, I'm finna let you know what we finna do. Because you seem lost.
So when was the last time you went to the club and you seen, like, say, a mixture of in a section?
Sure.
Men and women.
Yeah.
And women just throwing that ass.
I seen women throwing that ass.
Throwing that ass, and the men still like, oh, yeah, we over here with the guys.
I see niggas just kind of like, sit off to the side. Not sit off to the side, but then niggas are in the section. And they're just kind of like standing by bystanders. And bitches are over here shaking ass between each other. Niggas are watching, but, bitches are shaking ass between each other.
So now, if a man came behind you and grabbed your waist,
oh,
what would your reaction be?
Okay, well, I think for me personally,
not right,
sweetie, I'm a high caliber woman. Kevin Samuels. And so
look, the first thing is, why you touching me? You'll pop up.
Oh,
looking back,
don't touch me. I never said this was for you.
Exactly.
I'm doing this for me.
And I'm doing for the girls. I'm having fun with the girls in your section with the bottles that you don't bought in the section that you paid for. But I'm having fun over here with my girls because you probably got a man at the house. You and your girls probably got men at the house, but you wanted that section. Or you got invited to be in that section. So now I think what's going on is men that go out often, they're aware to say, man, you know what, I just need women as entertainment to throw. It's like going to a strip club, bro. That's entertainment, right? You don't sit here and have to, bro, go on here and be like, oh yeah, let me put that, let me thrust my pelvis out real quick. The twerk gonna come if it's necessary.
I feel like back in the day that prior to being in a relationship, that a man would come up behind me, and if I would look back and then he wasn't booger sugar looking,
you do your thing. You doing it. But now we're in Atlanta where what's glorified is sitting around and looking pretty privilege. So yeah, very very pretty privilege. So that means that you should be buying these bottles. I don't supposed to be shaking no ass. I'm not. It's that criteria, and I'm like, oh, why you here? That's what I ask the same thing. If you in my section, why are you sitting down?
Oh my gosh!
Take this shot and throw them cheeks, bro. Throw that ass. Is that in my expectation? If you're not doing it, you probably need to leave.
Ooh, wait.
Get up. Get up. You don't need to sit here. You're taking up space.
Okay, so overall, maybe there's some assumptions being made on both ends about what a woman is doing and why she's doing it, and then what a man is doing it and why he's doing it. But ultimately, it does sound like women do have the space to come and talk to a man with proper disclaimers and proper tone and positioning about stuff that's a little more, that may cause a little bit more friction. I don't think that a woman, having this and having all these different things necessarily means that she's not coachable. However, I can say I understand where women do give that off. I think that women have created some defense mechanisms and things like that where they feel like this is how I have to present because they've been hurt or they've been misled or they've been, disappointed. And so therefore their defense mechanism. But at the end of the day, like those same women are also on Instagram or whatever their social platform or whatever it is saying that, I want to be in my soft girl era. And I do think that for you and I, when we met, I could have easily bulldozered over you if you was a bulldozer over type of man. And there's some men who maybe not fine. And I'm not sure. Let me not say that. I could have not easily bulldozed over you. I recognize that off the top. What I also recognize is that you could leave me. So I think that also men are coming to the plate with no patience, no experience trying to approach women who do have all these things. And as soon as something comes up, forget about it. I'm dead. I'm done. And I don't know if the older we get, the harder it is to really recognize where a woman can fall into her softness and her femininity. But I think that's also a part of it.
You actually make a good point. That was a great point.
Thank you, baby. Well, anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and hop in today's spotlight.
Black eyes, spaceship smile. Unapologetic when we fuck up the night. Fuck up the night. We getting fucked up tonight.
All right, y'all. Today's spotlight is be comfortable. Yeah. Today I have on my Fierce Chats robe, the mess robe. Okay. And I'm going to try and make sure that I can show y'all all the different merch and stuff that I have put together. And y'all let me know what y'all think, because I'm kind of testing something. You know what I mean? But make sure you're comfortable. I don't know what day it is that you're watching this. I don't know what time it is that you're watching it, but just make sure you're comfortable. I feel like when you feel good, you look good. When you smell good, you look good. And all of those things just transpire into just how you feel about the overall day. And currently, I was able to have such a comfortable conversation with my husband today because I was in my Fierce Chats robe. So girl, go ahead and get in your robe. Like I said, take a shot, have a little bit of rosé, maybe a shot to the OD. But since I can't have it, I'm thinking y'all can. Have a little bit of rosé and enjoy the rest of your evening, sweet teas. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe, like, and comment this video, share it, and let me know what y'all think. All right? Catch y'all in the next one. Bye.